So we finally have a trailer of Godzilla and Kong: The New Empire, and it tells us a lot at where the Monsterverse is right now, and also raises countless questions, to which we will answer each and every one of them in future videos. We won't do a breakdown or a reaction video, those are a dime a dozen by now. For this video today we will take a look only at Godzilla's new evolved form and compare him to the previous ones. So let's get to it. So obviously let's start with size. Firstly, there isn't much of a difference that one can see here with his height. Godzilla was 90 meters or 300 feet in 1954, as was seen in Monarch: The Legacy of Monsters, then grew to be 355 feet or 108 meters in his first appearance in 2014. Then he fought with the Muto Prime and evolved further to grow to a size of 393 feet or 120 meters in height. As for this GXK Godzilla, he does look leaner and has bigger dorsal plates, which we shall address in a few seconds. So it might be that he has grown slightly taller, with his pink plates giving an extra few meters. And also when he was running with Kong to get some big mags, he does appear to be visibly a lot taller than he was against Kong in GVK. Now let's take a look at the most controversial change in Godzilla, which is obviously this, his pink amethyst type dorsal plates. He looks like an evil Goku in Super Saiyan Rose form. These dorsal plates, whether you like them or not, isn't the first time Godzilla has had them in this shade. This design is heavily influenced or copied from Godzilla Millennium or Godzilla 2000. He too has these pink crystal-like spikes on his back. The ones on the Monsterverse Godzilla seems to jut out from many different places, giving him a more spiky and dangerous look. In fact, they start right from the head, with 3 distinct rows emerging just above his eyes and his forehead. They continue along the back, molting and growing over the previous plates, adding height to the Titan as well as energy. These end of course with the tail, which bears the same dorsal plates, and in fact if the leaks are true, he will have a Stegosaurus-like spike at the end. Okay, let's go forth to his arms and legs. This Godzilla in this particular evolved form has probably the longest arms to body ratio of any other Godzilla, be it from the Monsterverse or from the Toho movies. The arm length was also changed greatly during his evolution period under the Chrysalis, probably in reaction to his fight with Mechagodzilla, where his upper body strength and speed and the use of his arms was greatly outdone by the robotic counterpart. The elbows have crystal spikes on it, and the claws have also grown longer. The legs of his is where I feel a bit sad though. They appear to be athletic and not thick anymore. Looks like he has been losing weight and not in the right places. Damn boy, we all love those massive thighs and heavy feet. But it's alright though, we'll grow to love these new assets too. So after the limbs, let's take a look at the changes in his upper torso, the skin, the chest and the belly. So with this new design, the skin looks to be or have a whitish appearance on it, which at first we thought was ice and snow from the glacier, but when it showed the same in the desert scene and when he was running, we knew then and there that his coloration has also changed from the base up. It's not just that, but the skin near the dorsal plates also looked to be yellowish or beige in color, like it was burned by the radiation that is emitted constantly from the pink dorsal plates. So that's that. What about his chest? It looks to be similar and of a similar size. It's just the ratio of the arms, head and the greatly reduced belly that makes the chest look small. So you guys body shamed the king of the monsters right from 2014 and now you done it. He has lost his belly fat. He went and hit the gym, or maybe dreamt of the gym in his chrysalis form, and then finally got evolved and got ripped and also had abs. You know, abs of fucking steel. Now what about his power, strength and speed? So just by looking at the trailer, we can see that his speed is greatly enhanced. We first saw him rush forward in a running form in fighting when he was facing Ghidorah in Boston in King of the Monsters. Then Godzilla vs. Kong showed that he can sustain this kind of movement for somewhat of an extended period of time. And now in GXK, he seems to be running like a man, which although looks intimidating, doesn't really add to the weight of the character or the movements, which we really love the animalistic ones from GVK. Now he kinda looks humanoid. He seems to be even faster than Kong, who is trying to keep up in the back. So what about strength? Well, we will have to find that out when the movie hits the screens. He will almost definitely be more durable though, since he has evolved into a greater state. Otherwise, what would be the point or the purpose of it all? And as for the atomic breath, let's discuss this with his comparison to Godzilla Millennium, which we shall do right after this. Since we have covered the arms, the legs, the skin, the torso, the chest, the spikes, and the size, let's take a look at him with Godzilla 2000, or otherwise known as Godzilla Millennium. Well, there isn't much to compare if it comes to size and weight. The Monsterverse Titan is way bigger than the 55-meter tall 2000, the incarnation of Toho. But there is one very important thing you must focus on, aside from the dorsal plates which have a similar coloration. The Millennium Godzilla's atomic breath is unique in that, rather than being a whitish mist or a blue beam, it is a fiery orange glow. This version of Godzilla's atomic breath appears to be more incendiary in nature than the previous versions, producing a fiery explosion whenever it is used. Whenever Godzilla charges his atomic breath, his dorsal fins glow orange and gives off an intense heat. So that's Godzilla Millennium. So this kinda looks familiar to GXK Godzilla when he is charging up his atomic breath as seen in the trailer. But rather than emitting an orange glow, this changed to a pink or a magenta color. And if it follows the same trend, then maybe his atomic breath will now have an explosive after effect similar to Godzilla Minus One's nuclear cannon, as we like to call it, and definitely similar to Godzilla Millennium. Lastly, let's do a bit of a comparison to his earlier Monsterverse forms, starting with size. Well, we all know that by now, we just stated that in the video itself earlier on. Okay, let's do it again. 1954, 90 meters or 300 feet. 2014, 108 meters or 355 feet. 2019 and GVK, 120 meters or 393 feet. And now GXK will probably be more than 400 or close to 410 feet with his enlarged dorsal plates. Yeah, those. Godzilla's original dorsal plates were straight and jagged, same with the 1954 form. 2019 has a more maple leaf shaped, and GVK enhanced this by a bit with a more intimidating bluish glow. Now we have the pink magenta ones. So the feet were always similar in proportions till now, which have now lessened in thickness, while the arms have grown quite a lot with an added spiky elbow composed of those same crystal-like plates. And lastly, his belly is gone, with his atomic breath bearing a magenta color which greatly diverges from the normal blue. And those are all the differences Godzilla in GXK has against the earlier forms. So if you like this video, then watch this one too, and do check out our channel as well. We might just have things that you haven't seen before from the Monsterverse or other monster movies. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care, fam.